Hi, I'm Cindy Mascone, Editor-in-Chief of Chemical Engineering Progress magazine. I'm here today with Carol Williams, a retired Executive Vice President of Dow Chemical. She's now the Chairman of the Board at Owens, Illinois, and on the Board of Directors of Olin Chemical. Carol gave a wonderful speech this afternoon for the Women's Initiatives Committee luncheon, and we're going to follow up a little bit on what she said. Carol, when did you decide, how did you know, what made you realize that you wanted to be in the C-suite?
Well, it did not come early. So in my career, I found that I was always looking maybe 2 steps ahead and saying that I wanted something, and then I would determine what I needed to have in skills to be able to reach that. And then I would get maybe 1 step ahead, and then you would see, well, I really maybe like that better, and I need these skill sets to go get that. And so, but I was always looking ahead. So I was always striving for it. And so it was probably 2 steps beyond the C-suite that I said, oh, I would like to be there.
Oh, interesting. Was there ever a turning point moment when you felt like you would either sink or swim, and the moment that you really had to overcome to keep on that journey?
Every day, maybe. I think in every job that we've had along our careers, there was some point that you almost feel overwhelmed. You're in rough seas. You're really trying to get to that end goal, and you wonder if you're really going to make it. And so, yes, I would say that was in almost every job. You have that kind of moment. And I think what we have to have women see is that that does happen. It happens to men, it happens to women, and that there are resources there to help you and to help you get through those challenging times, whether they're at work or actually even on your personal side.
Yeah, true. What obstacles have you overcome as you've moved forward through your career?
You know, Cindy, I love that question because we all face obstacles. Our life happens. There's, things at work, there's things at home. And so I try to make sure that young people understand that that's happened to a lot of people. And let's take Walt Disney. Walt Disney was actually at the Kansas City Star and was let go because he wasn't creative or imaginative enough, and seems kind of impossible. So I try to tell people that when we hit roadblocks, that we take those obstacles and then move forward, because we can learn a lot from that and use it to be successful like he was. And so I had many obstacles. There were obstacles with moving. I moved 7 times for Dow, and so choosing to move children, I have 2 daughters, is a very difficult one.
Yeah.
I do joke that my daughter now is 32, but I moved her as a mid-year junior in high school.
Wow.
She talks to me now. But those were very difficult choices that you're making as you move along. And so understanding, I think, that when you hit that obstacle, whatever that obstacle is, that the choices you make, don't look back. Because you made the choices at that moment based on what you saw in front of you at the time.
Yeah, that's good advice. You said that you didn't always get it right. If you could change one event or decision that you made, what would it be?
I did not always get it right. But I would tell you that I'm a person that does live in the moment. And so when I made choices, whether it was to move or to take a role, we were making it as a family based on the decisions we saw in front of us. And so as I look back, I'm not sure I would have made a different choice. In the presentation I said today that, for example, on the one job that I took, I wouldn't have said yes as quickly as I did. I was going to say yes, but I needed to negotiate prior to the announcement coming out. And so I think there are steps I would have changed in some of them, but not the final choice, not the decision.
Okay. What qualities or characteristics do you think were the most helpful on your journey through your career?
I would say wanting to always deliver a result. So I'm a person who likes to deliver what's needed for the company. And also that I was not shy, not backwards. I was willing to step out and give an opinion and have a voice in the conversation, sometimes when it was hard to have a voice in the conversation.
I was going to say that must have been very hard. You mentioned to us that you were an introvert. I'm an introvert too, and I find it very difficult to speak up in some situations. So I can appreciate how
it very much can be, but I think early on I had some very good coaching that really helped me to step through some of the issues and presentation planning and how to deliver things, and it was very helpful. And in the moment, I may not have liked it, but it's looking back, it was excellent coaching.
What accomplishment are you most proud of?
That I have two lovely daughters that neither went into the sciences, unfortunately, but are very happy and very supportive of their mother, and I have 5 grandchildren.
Wow.
So that I was able to have my career and balance what was needed for the family. And if you ask them, I did not get it right all the time, but I mostly got it right. And so they're wonderful, and that's my biggest accomplishment.
Okay. On a professional level, what would you like your professional legacy to be?
I could ask this question actually as I was retiring, and my comment would be all of us, I think, earlier need to think about our legacy before we're at the end of our career. And I feel that my legacy that I would hope that you would hear if you asked like Billy Barden or other people that I worked with was that I set high expectations. I was very supportive of the people that were in my organization to take new roles, to go and learn new things, and to have the ability for them to grow and develop in the spaces that they were a part of, and that I was a shared leadership leader, that it was not a command and control.
Okay, very good.
Maybe you could ask them.
And one final question. Now that you are chairman of the board at Owens, Illinois, how does that role differ from what you've done at Dow?
Well, that's a great question, because when you're on a board of directors, you are there for the shareholders. Your responsibility is to the shareholders. And so you're there to steward, do they have their risks managed appropriately, and do they have the processes and procedures that are going to not have issues, and you hire the CEO and make sure that the management and the strategy is correct. So in my first board role that I was a part of, it's easy to try to jump over and be the management side, right? Because that was your life. That's what your life was. And so learning that, you guide and challenge and direct, but you don't then have to dive in and fix it unless there's something significantly wrong, and then you're diving in. So that's been a big change, was becoming the steward rather than the doer.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, Carol, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to speak with us. I really enjoyed your presentation. I enjoyed our interview. Thank you.
Thank you very much.